Hey, welcome back. All right, so it's October 1st or October 2nd, and I am harvesting the top leaves of all my tobacco plants, and they are even taller than before. This is pretty wild. So as you can see, all the bottom and middle leaves are off, and I'm working my way up. Now, that guy right there and this one leaning over are my tobacco plants I let go to seed, and I'm still harvesting the leaves off of them. And all my other plants I have topped back twice, and they're still flowering. These are very healthy, vigorous plants. And I was picking, I forgot I wanted to make a video, and I saw this guy. This is pretty cool. So this is not ideal for a tobacco farmer, but it's so beautiful, and I have such a small crop I don't really care. This is a tomato hornworm, and they go after nightshades like tobacco and tomatoes, and they eat the leaves. And there's a bunch of babies on it, a bunch of little eggs just hanging out. And you know, if I was a big tobacco farmer, I would see this and squash it, but it's so pretty, I'm just gonna let it be. So I have my bundles just like before. I'm doing a little bit more per bundle, depending on the size of the leaves. I'm doing about 6 or 7. If they're bigger, like some middle leaves that I missed, I'm doing 5 per bundle. And since I have so much, anytime there's like a lot of aphids on them, I'm just going to not pick those leaves. Aphids don't really do any harm to the plants, from what I've seen, but whenever you dry them, the aphids stay on, and they will create mold with the leaves, so you don't want that. Here's Bella. Here's my second row of tobacco. These plants are doing even better than the top row. Oh my gosh, I got a lot of work to do. Abundance, thank you. Oh, looks like this one fell over. I'm also collecting all the seed pods right now, so it's a really nice dry day, and this is ideal. And so these seed pods, each of them contains like thousands of seeds. So these are all dry, they're brown, they're all really brittle. And then whenever these, if it doesn't frost, these will also go to seed, and I'll collect those. And you can just see, just by picking off this seed pod, you can see all those hundreds of seeds. I mean, they're just like pouring out of this pod. So I'm going to put those in this basket. I'm going to try not to disturb them until I get to a non-perforated basket. So you want to collect all the seed pods, then you want to thrash them and break them apart, and then you'll get lots of seeds. Tobacco is the gift that just keeps giving. It's just an amazing plant that is so healthy and vibrant. I mean, look at these plants. Have you ever seen a plant that tall? I mean, I didn't even trellis these. And that stalk is enormous. So if you grow tobacco and you do anything with the stalks, let me know. I've been thinking about maybe making a walking stick, or like a little I don't know what you call it, something to blow fire, like a air bellows. This stalk is like hard and woody. I mean, I can just get my hand around that. That's a very strong plant. So, okay, next we'll show you the tobacco shack. Oh, I wanted to say too, if you're growing a couple plants, you can certainly get all the leaves, but I have so many freaking leaves, so I'm not going to, I mean, I'll pick stuff like this, but like even these, like I'm gonna call a friend and see if he wants some, but I don't have enough space or time to pick all these leaves, so I'm gonna get the really nice ones and see if anybody else wants the rest. All right, next we'll go to the tobacco shack. Okay, we're at the tobacco shack. Let's see the progress. All right, so this is like a month of curing, and these plants are exactly the way that I want them. All the green has left the leaf. They yellowed within like 2 weeks. They were like pretty much all yellow, which is super great. The reason you want them to yellow before they dry is that whenever they're green, there's a lot of nitrogen, and then whenever they yellow, the nitrogen leaves. But if they dry before they yellow, then the nitrogen gets trapped in the leaf and you can't smoke it. It's like really harsh. So you can see I was experimenting with spacing. I could have actually put them a lot closer. I had these are probably 2 foot apart, these rafters. And I have 2 bundles of leaf per section, and then the rows are about 6 or so inches apart, and it's right where I want it. None of them are touching each other. This is great. I'm gonna have plenty of airflow to the prevailing winds wherever you are. I had 1 leaf drop. That's not a big deal, but you really don't want that. I'll inspect this leaf and make sure it doesn't have any mold on it, and if it doesn't, then I'll hang it back up. Looks like we had another leaf drop, but for the most part the rubber bands worked really well, and that was suggested by another YouTuber, Larry and Yvonne Hall, I believe. And yeah, these plants are looking really good. So they're dry, but they're like pliable. They're not cracker dry. Yeah, every tobacco hanging area is going to be unique. There's a little bit of green left on that. Hopefully that leaves. But yeah, so I'm gonna have to do some rearranging in here to be able to get all those top leaves in, and I'll be able to space these a lot closer together now because they're dry. But yeah, that's basically it. So thank you for watching this process. This has been a lot of fun, growing these and doing the videos. I hope you like them. I will probably do another video in about 5 months, or 6 months after everything's like really air cured, and then I'll show you the shredding process. It's pretty simple. I bought a tobacco shredder, and I'll try to have the link down below in the description. I don't know how many tobacco shredders they make because they're like custom made, and they ship out of Ohio. But you know, people use all sorts of things like pasta shredders, paper shredders, even though I guess the strands are a little too wide. You know, whenever I first started, I just was like chopping it on a cutting board, like really fine, as fine as I could with a really sharp butcher knife. But it didn't really work that well. If you can invest and get a shredder, it's gonna be really worth it. Just think about how much money you spend on tobacco every year and invest in a shredder that you'll have for life. So yeah, really recommend that. And thanks for watching. And if you like this video and you want to see more, go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. I have a lot of other videos on a lot of different homesteading and foraging things, so stay tuned. All right, bye.